Peer pressure is a day-to-day activity that happens everywhere in our schools, in our church, in our environment, in our neighborhood, even in the house. Peer pressure is very strong pressure that people undergo day to day. Today, we are going to be talking about the power of peer pressure. In this program, you and your family, remember, it's a family time to be with your family and watch an interesting program on this TV called Divinity TV. I remain your anchor, evangelist Mrs. Faith Okafor, in this wonderful program. Make sure you are here today. Invite everyone. Invite your children, invite your friends, and make out time to understand and watch this program. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Oh, you welcome back. Peer pressure. The power of peer pressure. Yes, our children undergo this day by day in their school without your help. Sometimes they also undergo it with their teachers and some significant figures around them. Peer pressure is very, very powerful. It can change people's attitude, it can change their belief, it can change their value. The value they have gotten for themselves over years. The value the family has taught them. The values that the church or the religious society has taught them. The value the society as a large has taught them to follow. That they have been living with all the years. Suddenly, in a twinkle of an eye, for the quest of belonging, the quest of being identified, the quest of being validated, the quest of trying to feel among, the quest of not being a lone ranger, they begin to flow, they begin to adapt, they begin to bring in some new things into their life. We try to change who they were, and they became a different person altogether. Have you ever come across a child who has been so nice, so good, so quiet? Suddenly this child became a very wild kind of person. Have you ever come across any child who was very, very truthful, or anybody who is very, very truthful, and suddenly he became a friend to someone, and this person became very close, someone who lies a lot, and suddenly you notice this child has become a crook liar. This child can lie and lie and lie and be so bold and make you believe the lie that you are seeing to be truth. That is what peer pressure is. This is what people undergo. What is the power of peer pressure? Peer pressure has the capability of changing who you are into total being. Yes, peer pressure can be positive, it can be negative. Let's consider some effects of the positive peer pressure on people. Or let's talk about the negative first, so that we round it up with the positive. Don't you think so? Okay, the negative one first. We'll talk about the negative peer pressure, because whenever you hear about peer pressure, the first thing that comes to your mind is the negative, 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 negative. Let's talk about the negative peer pressure people undergo. Smoking cigarettes, bullying, calling of names, intimidating you, snubbing you, shouting on you, talking down on you, convincing you by reasoning, making you to reason over issues they have or points they have given to you to make you believe or disbelieve what you already believed before, or making you feel you are different in the midst of every other person, making you believe you are not good, making you believe you don't know how to do it better, making you believe you are the worst among every other person, making you believe you don't have anything to show. This is negative what? Peer pressure. Negative peer pressure can be in a way of trying to let you know you don't have all it takes to belong. You know, when our youth, our teens are growing, they began to mingle with their fellow friends out there in school, in church. They meet new friends. You know, they love exploring. They meet new friends, they meet new people in their neighborhood. They want to associate, they want to explore, they want to know new things, they want to become an adult. So they are learning new things every day. In the process of learning these new things every day, they come across people who want to teach them new negative things and they believe is the right thing. People that want to let them know that what they are doing before makes them a cake, outdated, and not accepted in the society. And they begin to see reason with those people and begin to make a change. This negative peer pressure could be by talking you down. See the way you are even talking. You can't even speak good English. And you begin to feel, so I don't know how to speak good English. She can't even express herself well. Can you imagine? And someone is already feeling, so I don't know how to express myself. Even when she knows how to express herself. Even when she takes first, say, you took first. Is it not because we allowed you? Is it because you are just, it's not because you are always running around the teacher that made you to take first. And this person knows that he studied very well for this exam and passed very well. But just by that saying, he's already feeling, is it because teacher used to laugh at me? Is it because he likes me? Maybe that's why he gave me first. They're trying to change your mentality, change your belief, change the reality to make you begin to see things in their own view. They try to make you conform to their own. Let me give you an example. A young lady was growing up and the parents taught her how to keep herself, how to maintain purity as a young growing girl. They taught her that in the society we belong to, everybody do it, but you can be an exception. God loves it. It makes you unique. It makes you better. It makes you outstanding. And this girl grew up with the mindset that keeping my virginity or keeping myself or not mingling into sexual activity at this my age without getting married, makes me to be outstanding in the midst of my mates. It makes me to be proud of myself. They taught her you are carrying a gold. That gold is a treasure God has given to you, and it's only accepted for you to give it out to the only person who goes to the altar to wed you. And this girl believed her parents so much, and she believed in keeping her virginity, believed in keeping herself, not to mingle with the bad people, not to do anything that will make her lose the virginity. And suddenly she met a friend in school who was telling her, I had a boyfriend that wanted to middle with me, and I just had to play my role and push him away. People will say, I have a boyfriend and he used to give me money, he used to give me, share my account every day, he used to send money to my account, he used to dash me plenty money. Another one say, I have a boyfriend, this is my boyfriend, he used to sleep with me every day, we used to have sex like 3 times in a week, we enjoy ourselves, we have fun, it's always good to have a boyfriend. And they keep talking this around this lady who believed that keeping virginity makes her pure, makes her this thing, makes her better. And in the midst of those friends or classmates, she doesn't have anything to contribute because she doesn't have a boyfriend. And they now ask her, don't you have a boyfriend? She said, no, I can't have a boyfriend because I want to keep my purity. I want to keep my virginity. I want to be pure. I want to be unique. I want to be a nice one. I want to make God happy. I want to keep what God has given to me. It is my treasure. And all of them look at themselves and they just laughed loudly. They say, look at you. You are not a woman. You're not a lady yet. You're just a baby girl. You're just like a baby because you have not attained maturity. You see, we like this, we are mature girls. You're just like a baby girl. So you're a novice. You know nothing. This is fun. This is wonderful. You've not done anything yet. You see, your mother is just deceiving you. She had that kind of good time. And see, whenever you lose that virginity, that's when you know who you really are. You will not know who you are if you don't lose it. You need a boyfriend to make you feel good. You don't know what it means to have a boyfriend, have fun, have time, carouse, kiss, and romance. You don't know. You're missing a lot. And this girl began to think, could it be true? Was my mom deceiving me? Could it be that she had a kind of good time? Why was she telling me to be unique? See, everyone is doing it. I'm the odd man out. Why is she telling me to do it? Okay, if people has done it and they are pastors, they are men of God, and they are doing things, God is using them. What if I do it and I change and become pastor tomorrow? You see, my mother said, if I do it, God will be angry. Say, forget about it. If you do it, you can confess. See, I don't say that this woman was saying the other day that she did it, but she's now a powerful woman of God. You see, you can do these things and your mother will not know. Nobody will even know. It's not written anywhere. You see, you can live your life. And she began to feel inferior about it. And now they introduce her to a new boyfriend until she loses that was given to her. When she loses it, her eyes will be open and she'll begin to say, if I had known, I would have kept this. I am now like nobody. I am now like a spoiled girl. The guilt begins to haunt her. This is negative peer pressure on people. And when this thing happens, what happened? People begin to feel guilt. Why did I do it? Why did I do it? I am no longer unique. I am no longer loved by God. I am no longer the same person I was supposed to be. I have accepted to do this. Maybe after doing it, she took in and became pregnant or contracted HIV/AIDS. And now she'll be dying out of guilt of not obeying the instruction or keeping the values that she was taught of. This is what we call negative peer pressure. People pushing you to do negative things you wouldn't on ordinary notes want to do, but they want to influence you, make you to feel among, want to make you to validate your attitude, make you feel that you socialize, be with us, be like us, think like us, have the same interest like us, and people begin to push themselves into being like them so that they will not be the odd man out. This is what we call negative peer pressure, and it has a power of doing what to you? It has the power of changing you from the positive to negative. It has the power, number 2, to change your character and your behavior. The good behavior will turn to negative what? Behavior. The good character that everybody has been hailing will turn towards a negative behavior. It has the power of doing what again to your life? Number 3, it has the power of killing your self-esteem and self-confidence. Before now, you were very confident. You know you are not spoiled. You're not a good girl. You can go anywhere. But now you are not a cultist. You don't drink. You don't smoke. But now you are feeling guilt. You can't even go to church because you feel if you smoke, you are a sinner. When they preach, you believe that you are the one that are preaching about. Any place you find yourself, the guilt keep killing you and makes you not to be confident enough to stand bold with every other person because you know you have moved out of the track. The guilt keep haunting you day by day. You lose your self-esteem, you lose your self-confidence because you have mingled with the wrong people and your life has transformed to the negative thing. It has the ability of changing your interests and hobbies to a negative one. That is negative peer pressure. It has the power, the things you normally like. If you like praying or reading, peer pressure can make you not to like reading anymore. Somebody told a story of when he was in secondary school. Sometime when the teacher of the mathematics teacher want to enter the class, some of his friends will start jumping the window. He didn't know what they were jumping window for, but because they are his friends, he started jumping window with them. One day he said, let me stay back and know why these were running away from the class. He now discovered it was mathematics time. He now asked then why are you going out? He said, mathematics time is a very boring time. It can even make you mad because it's always afternoon. So there's no need of staying there. We have our way of passing our, even without mathematics, we can go to university. We can be whatever we want to be. So there's no need of stressing yourself with that mental mathematics and all that. So let's go and have fun and play and come back and have our way to write our exam and pass. So why stress yourself? He said he felt like, they are saying the truth, and he began to mingle out with them, run away from the class. And when it's exam, he will always fail. And one day he now told himself, what's the need of jumping out of the window? And some of these, my friends, will always pass this exam. They will go home and read, but they will make me believe that studying for a maths class is a waste of time, is killing my mental capacity, is destroying me to stay under the sun and learn mathematics and all that. And he now said, he changed his mind and started staying back. When he started staying back, he began to enjoy mathematics. All the things they told him, he noticed that it was wrong and it was not true. And he detached himself among his friends. But they have already affected him, making him to fail the exam once. This is what negative or peer pressure can do to someone. It can bring failure to your life. It can make you to lose interest in the things you have interest in or the hobbies you had before. They can make you talk you out of having interest of good things that you were doing before. Negative peer pressure can actually make someone to be a bad influence in the society. When you have negative peer pressure and you conform to it, you become bad influence to others to also make them to conform to what you already believe in. So it's a very wrong thing. It can make a child to begin to enroll or begin to adapt to risk-taking behavior like smoking, joining cultism activities, stealing, going to do armed robbery, start trying to enter Yahoo. Yes, Yahoo is in one of the prevalent peer pressure people are suffering from today. They want to make money, they want to make fame. I saw one interview of a small child. They were asking her, why did you kidnap this little boy? The boy should be around 4 years, and this boy was around 10 years. He gave the boy biscuit, and the boy followed him. He wanted to lure him out of the vicinity where the parents were staying, and the boy started crying. People were asking, who is this boy? He said, he's my brother. The boy said, it's not my brother, it's not my brother. And they suspected and caught him. So when they asked him, they now discovered that he was paid 10,000 naira to go and lure a child to kidnapper so that they can kidnap the child and use the child for ritual to make him rich. And when they brainwash him, he believed that yes, when he do it, they will make him rich. And I asked him, okay, why do you want to be rich? He says, so that I can have name. I can ride. What are the names of those BB cars? Is it, they know the names now. All those classic cars that you cannot even imagine. Is it Ferrari? Wherever. And he wants to ride those cars at the age of 10. Can you imagine? He wants to make money. Why some went to join some groups? Yes. Somebody lured his friend to a native doctor to make him fame. And luckily for the boy that they lured, he was begging him. He said, don't you know, I am the only son of my father. Why do you want to do this? He said, kill him. He said, do you want me to kill him? He said, kill him. Why do you want me to kill him? He said, I want to make money. I want to ride cars. I want to build upstairs. I want to be big man. He said, my friend, why do you want to kill me? I'm the only son of my parents. Remember, don't do this to me. You're my friend. Why do you want to kill me? I'm the only son. I remember. Why do you want my parents to die? He said, kill him. I want to make money. I want to be a rich person. And that should be people of within the age of 18 because of peer pressure. How do you think that boy entered into such thought or into such desire of killing his friend to make money? He must have mingled with another pair who are doing that and they are making money from it, and they have gotten fame, they have bought big cars by killing their friends. So now he wants to do the same because he wants to make money. He wants to take a risk life just because he wants to make money. Negative peer pressure is very, very deadly, and we need to avoid our friends, our children, and people around us, and even ourselves from mingling with people who will influence us negatively, or peers who will do what influence us into doing wrong things negatively. Prostitution has come up is because some people have been pushed into it, and today they are prostitutes. They can't even have good marriages because they have been lured into prostitution. Some into stealing, some into gossiping, some into bearing bad witness or false witness towards someone else. Then let's talk about the positive peer influence. I said before that when we talk about peer pressure, we always see the negative aspect of it, but there's positive aspect of it. What are the positive aspects of this peer pressure? The positive aspect of it is the aspect whereby people can teach your child, encourage your child into reading. A child that that doesn't like reading, his friends can encourage him into reading by forming a group reading, discussion group, just to encourage him to partake in reading class. So even, it could be a group that do debates, maybe debate club in schools, in secondary school. Join a debate club. Even if you don't know how to debate, you can learn, you can be encouraged that you can. Somebody that will not stand in the public to talk can be encouraged to talk in the public through debate club. Some jet club, they begin to explore things about science. I know of my son who belonged to that. Every day he come and say, tell me that, mommy, I want to read the documentaries. I want to read the documentary on the television because I love it and it gives me information about what is going on globally, because he belonged to a group who make research to find out what's going on globally. And he said they normally give it as a news in their assembly ground. So he's interested in doing that, but he was not interested in doing that before he joined that group. So this is what we call positive peer pressure. Yes, positive peer pressure can also help you to develop new idea, critical thinking. When you mingle with people who are creative in their thinking, who can think critically to bring out positive things, it makes you to bring out new ideas. When you are relating with critical thinkers, it makes you not to see everything as just ordinary things. You see, your children will begin to think creatively. They begin to think innovatively. They don't just think like every other child. They think of future, they think of possibilities because of the kind of friends they relate with. So positive peer pressure could be nice, could help your children to grow. Then we have another power of positive peer pressure. It could also make your child to build positive self-esteem. Your self-esteem can be developed, your child's own can be developed, people around you or yours self-esteem can be built by positive peer pressure. By the time a child who cannot stand in the crowd to talk, who is always shying away, who felt I cannot do it, when you meet people who already have a positive or have a very positive self-esteem, you notice, or a very high self-esteem or self-confidence, you see he will be encouraged to also build on his own and work on his own. And before you know it, he begins to see life in a positive direction, begin to see life in a positive aspect, and that child's self-esteem will be high instead of being low again, and the child see things in a positive realm or positive direction. So positive peer pressure can also help a child to be passing or doing well in school or doing schoolwork well. Some children run away from schoolwork. They don't do their assignment. They don't like coming to class. During exam or test time period, they will say they are sick. They will deceive their parents they are sick because of the kind of friends they mingle with who doesn't like doing schoolwork. But when you have friends who like doing schoolwork, who like school things, who like academic activity, you will be encouraged, and that child will be encouraged. You won't even be looking up to exam time. I want to go and write what I've been reading. They look up to those periods as time of enjoyment, time to learn, time to have fun, and not time to struggle, time to be forced to do what I don't want to do. And you see that child doing great in schoolwork, not being playing trouncing in school, not going to school today, dodging schoolwork, not doing homework, and all that. They'll be encouraged. They will be really encouraged. I had a child around me that if she come back to school, the first thing she does is to undress, keep her things, go to the bedroom, take her bath, do her homework first before eating, taking her lunch. And the other children will always come back, fling their bag, do anything they like, take their bath. The next thing is to go and eat food. And sometimes after eating food, they start to play and forget their homework. But when this child came around them, they began to pick interest in what the child was doing. They noticed that it can be done. And so if someone can do it, which means I can do it. Before you know it, positively, they were influenced. They were pressured to start doing good things that could help their life, even though they didn't want to do it before. But they saw someone who can do it and do it better. So they became influenced by that positive active action. And they began to do the right thing. Their homework became a hobby and not longer something to struggle with. This is what positive peer pressure can do in the life of people. It can give you a sense of belonging, sense of friendship, sense of acceptance. When you have peers who positively mount pressure on you, they influence you positively and makes you to have a sense of well-being, make you to feel that you have friends, you belong, make you feel belong, make you feel loved, make you feel that you have people around you. It makes you to have a companionship. It makes you feel that you're not alone. I don't forget me, you see, that is what positive peer pressure can do to someone, can do someone's life. It can change your values. It can increase the positive values you have, change your character to be positive one. It can make you to see things beyond the impossibility level, but to the positive level. So these are the things that positive peer pressure can do, is capable of doing in one's life. And that is why you need to encourage anyone around you who is suffering from, who is having a low or negative peer pressure to change their group of friends to be able to the right one, so that he will receive the power of positive peer pressure instead of negative peer pressure, so that it will not destroy his life. But positive peer pressure can make his life and give him a lift and a shift, supernatural one, that will make him be who he ought to be. I know you enjoyed today's episode of Power of Peer Pressure. I know you've seen the negative power of peer pressure, you've seen the positive power of peer pressure, and from today you begin to encourage positive power and discourage negative peer pressure, around your vicinity. Thank you for hanging on. Thank you for calling in friends to watch with us and be part of this program. Same time next week on this wonderful program, you and your family on Divinity TV with Evangelist Faith Okafor. This is a wonderful time you will not love to miss. I know it's your best program. Hang on, keep on watching, keep on subscribing, and you will be educated and you keep living and enjoying this wonderful time. Thank you for being with us. May God bless you. Bye.
Hallelujah. Gonna feel body and